Family. I'm Brother Al. For those who don't know, this is my reader, Brother Kevin, coming to you on behalf of the Vineyard of Israel in the name of the Most High God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, with a message on this true Sabbath day, the seventh day of the week, right? So we like to say, Todah to the Most High Yah for giving us that revelation, bringing us out of great deception, right? Allowing us the opportunity to worship Him in spirit and in truth. Right? So we thank Him. Thank Him for Lord. Hallelujah. So with that being said, the title of today's message simply is Blessed be the servant. Blessed be the servant. Alright? I got this from half of scripture in Matthew. I would have wrote the whole scripture, but it was too long. It comes from the scripture that says, "Blessed is the servant, and whom when his Lord come, he find him doing, he find him working." Right? Because number one, truth be told, man, more specifically Israel's God chosen people, and anybody else in the Mashiach or the Christ, we don't know that we servants. We think we're here to serve our own self. And that's where the problem lies.
Turn that down, boy.
Right? Because we come into the truth, and then what happens is we lose sight of what one of the real messages is. So therefore we don't do any work. Then we always harping on the Sunday people about them not doing no work, but we sitting down too. When the man that told us the harvest is right, but he said it's only a few laborers. Right, so that let me know we lose sight of what we're supposed to be doing. The apostle say, do the work of an evangelist. One of them say, make full proof of your ministry. Right, and we come to the knowledge of the truth, and you know what we do? We get the scriptures, we get the knowledge, and then we share with each other, try to lord over each other. Then we bicker, and we bite, and we backbite, and we gossip, and we talk about who don't have enough knowledge to do this, and who is wrong, and who is right. Right, we use the scriptures not for what they're supposed, but debate and strife. Be unprofitable servants, truth be told. That's why I want to bring this lesson. Hopefully, shine some light to show you that you have a real purpose, and that we can do this thing right. We can make a real difference, right? But we can't make no difference because we're too busy going back and forth. Right, we got preachers now speaking against the commandments. Just because they don't like them, they speak against commandments and stuff. Or just because somebody come and they vex them. Right? You speak against God's commandments. Israelites doing it now. So that let me know we have lost focus on one of the messages that the Lord has given us. And you know one thing, let me know that too, because we always trying to spiritualize every message that God has given us.
Come on.
A lot of this stuff is concrete.
Yes.
Right, meaning you supposed to see, you can see it, hear it, do it, touch it, taste it, feel it, right? It's some real literal work to do. But when we try to spiritualize everything, that makes us sit back. Then we get comfortable, and then we don't bust a grape. We let everybody else do the work, and then we criticize. We king critics. That's what we have learned to master, coming to the knowledge of the truth. In other words, we becoming judges. Not doers. God got enough judges. He needs some workers, some doers. He needs some obedient servants. Someone that's going to really be about building the kingdom. So that's what we ain't got no more. We got getting it for ourselves, and that's it. That's not the message, though. I don't even know how we can sit up and be happy. We the only ones got the truth. We the only ones, we prospering. Other people starving, naked, in peril, tribulation, trouble, and anguish. And our mentality is, as long as we good, we got the truth. I'm straight. That's not pleasing. So once again, the title is Blessed be the servant. Right, let's start at Romans the 12th chapter. Then we'll come to Matthew 24:c, where we got the title. Romans the 12th chapter. Verse 1, I put that down just a smidge. Romans 12, so blessed be the servant. The theme is, blessed be the servant that the Lord finds doing the work, handling the business. We in the business of kingdom building. Once you come into the truth, it's time to take what you use, because the Lord has blessed you with gifts to edify the body or the government or the assembly of Christ. Amen. Or the congregation of Christ. We don't know what the purpose is. I already know we don't. Focus is bad. We too busy count banging. Ridiculous. Romans 12, verse 1. Harken to the scripture. I beseech you, therefore, brethren. I beg you, therefore, brethren, to do what?
By the mercies of God.
By the mercies of God. As He has been merciful. He has allowed us to come into the knowledge of the truth. Now, once you gain it, it's time for you to do something. Show the Lord that you were worthy. But what did He say? Many are what? Called, few are what?
Chosen.
That's not a light statement. Harken to the scripture.
That ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
Look, your bodies, not only your bodies, He meaning things that's around it that you got, your possessions, what you consist of. Right? He just used body as a whole, right? Go ahead.
Acceptable unto God.
See, that's the problem. We don't know what's acceptable. And when we learn, we don't prove it out. Because God got a way that He deems acceptable. Our behavior. And especially the way we interact and deal with each other. Go ahead and read.
Which is your reasonable service.
That's reasonable. In other words, this is what you're supposed to do. In other words, this is what I expect out of you once I give you this knowledge of the truth. I'm expecting something out of you. I need to yield on my return. Need some interest from you. Harken to the scripture.
2.
Huh?
And be not conformed to this world.
See, that's the problem. That's the problem. The world got a hold on you, strangling you out. You just a truth knowing world servant. You haven't been transformed. You've been educated. It's a difference. When you've been transformed, you know what you do? You try to prove that God's will first. His will over your own. If His will makes you uncomfortable, so be it. That's transformed. What pleases the Father? How can I build a kingdom? What can I add to the body? Huh? But I know you haven't been conformed. You don't even want to do no work in the congregation where you sit. Hearken to the scripture.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
How is it going to start? By the renewing of your mind. Man, you got to have a new focus, a new way of thinking. And that's what's going to do that? The gospel, the word. It's going to clean up your mind. It's going to change the way you've been taught to think about certain, if not all, things and topics. It's going to make you a better person. Huh? Be transformed. That's somebody new. By the renewing, you're the same old person in the flesh. You're the same old vessel, right? But you have a new mind. You see, your mind, see the Lord, that was a clay that the Lord had, right? Jeremiah 18 chapter, when He took that clay and He marred it. It's your mind. All of that old stuff you knew, all of that old filth, He balled it up, He destroyed it. Right? And then He took that same old lump, which is you in the physical, your flesh, and He reformed it and reshaped it and made a new vessel that suits Him, right? See, we serve. Blessed is the servant. Now your lifestyle is supposed to suit His. Huh? Not your own anymore. See, first you were serving your own self. You was conformed to the world, where they fulfilling the lust and the desire of your mind. Whatever the word tells you, you was with it. That's what you was doing. And when you come to the knowledge of Christ, your will is supposed to be His first. So they have a new way of thinking. Harken to the scripture.
And ye may prove.
Look, this is why when you have this new way of thinking, you may prove what?
What is that good
and
acceptable
and perfect.
Will of God.
You got to prove it out. You spend your life trying to prove that good and that acceptable will of God. Things that's acceptable to Him that He's given us, you live your life to prove it out. So that you can be accepted by Him. If you do the things that's acceptable to Him, you'll be accepted by Him. You take your life. It's your reasonable service now. Servants provide service.
Amen.
Blessed, you're trying to be blessed servants. That's why the title is Blessed Be the Servant. But servant lets you know that you are what? Working. Providing service. Not sitting, talking, critiquing. Huh?
Yes.
You got enough of that. Now let's go to Matthew the 24th chapter and see what the Mashiach said, what the Christ said.
Come on, Pastor.
Alright, let's start at Matthew 24. Pick me up at verse 42. Verse 42, then we're going to drop down to 44. Verse 42, now we'll just read straight through it, skip it. Verse 42, harken to the scripture.
Watch therefore.
What?
Watch therefore.
And do what?
For ye know not what hour your Lord doth come.
See, you know how we see it when we get, and I ain't even dealing with Christians right now. I'm dealing with people in the truth. Because we the ones in bad shape. While we always talking about them, while we always pulling the mote out of their eye. And we got a big beam in ours.
Come on.
Huh? The man is telling you to watch. Right? And therefore, he said, because you don't know what hour he comes. But we sit around and we act like we already saved. We still got the same once saved, always saved mentality.
Come on.
That's how we act. You can say, well, I don't. Well, listen, I'm past the point. I can't go with what your mouth says. I'm going by what I see. Because the man told me to watch, so I'm looking. So I'm going by what I see. He said, watch, therefore, go ahead.
For ye know not what hour your Lord doth come.
That's right. You act like you straight already. Man told you he that endured to the end is going to be saved.
Yes.
That means you're going to have to go through something. If he tell you you're going to have to endure, that's to overcome, right?
Come on.
If it's all easy, or if you ain't got to do much, you already got it made, he wasn't worried about you enduring. He know you'll hang on. But he wanted you to endure to the end. So everything ain't going to be all peaches and cream. Go ahead.
But know this.
What you want me to know?
That if the good man of the house had known and would watch, the thief would come.
What happened?
He would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up.
That's the truth. Right? Go ahead and read.
Therefore be ye also.
That's why he don't tell you when he coming. Right? Because he don't want you to try to get it right at the last minute. Oh, thief on the cross type mentality. Huh? No. Watch. Go ahead.
44.
Yes, sir.
Therefore be ye also ready.
Look, this is what it's telling you to do. Be ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Right? Be ready. Go ahead.
For such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man coming. Who then is a faithful and wise servant?
Look, we gonna come when you ain't even expecting him. Now we looking for him to come, make his second coming, but you might not make it to the end. Your life your days are numbered. So the end can be different from you, for you. You might not make it, so you gotta be ready as you gonna die each and every day. Prepared, in other words, right? He said, therefore be also ready for in such an hour as you think not the Son of Man comes. That's when he gonna come. Now he's telling you who is a faithful, go ahead,
a wise servant, whom his Lord had made rule over his household.
Look at this, and we're gonna take this slow. We're gonna take our time and marinate and chew the cud on this verse. He said, who then is a wise servant, whom Lord have made him ruler over his household? Because he's going to come and collect, right? That's what he asking. Who is a wise servant, whom the Lord made ruler? This is why he made him ruler, to do what?
To give them meat in due season.
To give them meat in due season. We're going to find out what kind of meat this is.
Come on.
Just two types of meat. To give them, who is them? Meat in due season. Right? So let's look at one thing. We're going to come right back. Now let's keep going. We'll do it over. Keep going.
46.
So this is where we got the title.
Blessed is that servant.
That's what we got the title. Blessed is that servant that what?
Whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
So when the Lord comes, he gonna find that man working. He gonna find that servant doing. He gonna find that servant kingdom building. Ready, right? Go ahead.
Verily I say unto you,
truly I say unto you,
that he shall make him ruler,
yes,
over all his goods.
See, that's what the Lord looking for. Look, we spiritualize this, right? But this is serious. When the Lord come back, he building a nation. He need leaders. You understand? He looking for people he can trust.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing is proving yourself to the Lord right now.
Mm-hmm.
You training, to see if you got what it takes to be a leader.
Mm-hmm.
To be, what do you say, rule over all this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
All his goods. Rule over his goods, He looking for leaders. Somebody can train, they train the child up in the way he should go. This is our training ground. So back there real quick, Matthew the 6th chapter, let me find out real quick. He said, give them meat in due season. We're going to look at a couple of different types of meat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 10 and 11. This is the prayer, right? Christ was telling them how to pray. Matthew 6, verse 10. Because remember, he said, the faithful and wise servant of the Lord, he done made him rule over his household to give the people meat in due season.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to find out. Verse 10. Go ahead.
Thy kingdom come.
Yes.
Thy will be done in earth.
Look at this, what he's saying. He letting you know this ain't no light, this ain't no make-believe fairy tale type thing. He said, thy kingdom, who is thy? The Lord. Mm-hmm. Right? He said, your kingdom is what? Coming. Right? Okay, so we got that. Now he said, let your will, right, be done where at?
In earth.
In earth. How you gonna do his will? You don't know what it is. He said, let it be done in earth as it is in heaven. Right? Go ahead and read.
Give us this day.
So now he wants to tell us, give us this day what?
Our daily bread.
Because remember, he said, give us meat in due season, right? This is what he's talking about, daily bread. Is he talking about physical food?
No.
He's talking about physical food, or more importantly, spiritual food. Right? When the Lord give his pastors, right, he train them up in the way they should go. He give them his spirit, that they can give the people meat in due season, right? But it don't stop there. See, that's what we like to stop at. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So, because look, not the pastor is not the wise servant by himself. Whoever he's teaching is supposed to be wise servant. So, what do?
Go out and bring forth fruit.
So you got to go out and, like I say, bring forth more food, give people their meat in due season. So this is physical. Also, we're gonna see is spiritual. Go ahead
and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors.
So that's part of it too. Back up to Matthew. Go forward. Let's go more. Matthew the 25th chapter. Matthew 25. One chapter over from the 24th chapter. Matthew 25. Verse 31. Matthew 25 and 31. So that's the spiritual and the physical bread. This is what he was talking about in Matthew 24, verse 45. To give them meat in due season. Let's see what kind of meat this is again. We're going to add to what we understand. Go ahead. 31.
When the Son of Man shall come in his glory,
yes,
and all his holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the thrones of his glory.
To do what?
And before him shall be gathered all nations.
He's going to gather all nations. What are he going to do?
And he shall separate them one for another.
Like how?
As a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats.
That's right. He's going to separate them, the people, one from another, as a shepherd divide the sheep from the goats. See, that's why we need to find out what it takes to be that blessed servant. Because remember, it was talking about when the Lord comes, he's going to find them working. Right? So he said he's going to separate all nations as a sheep from the goat. Go ahead.
And he shall set the sheep on his right hand.
Yes, sir.
But the goats on the left.
Uh-huh.
Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand.
He's going to explain to them why. the separation that occurred. Go ahead.
Come.
Huh?
Come.
Do what?
Ye blessed of my Father.
So remember, blessed is the servant whom the Lord find doing when he comes. Blessed of my Father. Why?
Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundations of the world.
So you a blessed servant. I ain't finna go and tell you why. Go ahead.
For I was in hunger.
And what you give me?
And he gave me meat.
Look at it. Now this is Matthew 24. Stay right there. I'm just going to read Matthew 24 and 45. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom the Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season. So when the pastor gives you that meat, when the Lord teach you, he don't expect you to stop there. He expects you to fulfill the law. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Blessed is that servant. And he ain't talking about just talking with your mouth. He's talking about put your hands to the plow. Come on. Look what he said. Go ahead.
I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink.
Look, this is the meat he's talking about. You working in the vineyard. I was hungry, and you gave me meat. You know why? Because you will want that done unto you, which is the fulfilling of the whole law. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Because you know we got Hebrews that sleep now. Or they think they sleep. But they really, if you sound stupid, if you just sit back and look. So who is my neighbor? Here they come, left field. The Lord ain't interested in you just taking care of you and yours. He said the sinners do that.
Exactly.
So what separates you from a sinner? That's what he's trying to get you to see. You know what I'm saying? He gave you this big old mind and you using none of it. And I'm being nice, but go ahead and read it.
I was a stranger.
I was a stranger. What you do?
And ye took me.
Look, we got laws on the book teach you how to deal with strangers, the poor, the fatherless, and the widow. You know what this do? These people are poor. They without. And then you come doing the same thing as Christ, giving them meat in due season. Not clutching your pockets to your drawers. Huh? Because we're going to look, the Lord, he always warning you about it, but you're not listening. You're too busy trying to get the knowledge, sit on it, talk about everything that's going on in the church. Talk about every other camp, who the Lord blessing. Huh? But you ain't doing this right here. You ain't being no blessed servant. You're not working. You're not no servant. You ain't working. You ain't doing nothing. You're not no servant. You a learner. Huh? It's a difference. He said, who is a faithful and wise servant whom his Lord gonna make ruler over his household, to give him meat in due season. And then the Lord came in his glory, separating the sheep from the goats, and he started to tell them why they was blessed. He said, for I was hungry and you gave me meat, right? He said, I was thirsty and you gave me drink. He said, I was a stranger and you took me. This is the gospel. If you lay it down to its simplest form, this is it. You don't like this. Come on. You don't like this. This ain't got enough mystery in it. It's too simple. See, do you know what this is? This is something everybody can do. That's why you don't like it. Because it requires you to be better than who you currently are. That's what God's word does. It corrects you, your way of thinking. It requires you to do something, to crucify your flesh. It requires you to grab hold on their tongue. Can't do it. Go ahead.
36. Naked, and ye clothed me.
Yeah.
I was sick, and ye visited me.
Look, this is what the Lord is saying. He explaining to them why they blessed. They don't know. Because blessed covers a broad spectrum of things in the human mind. But he telling you why you blessed. He said, because you did what was required. Huh? You got outside of yourself. You unloose some people's debts. Huh? And you know why he's telling you this? Because we living in a capitalist society which exploits and oppresses the people. And when you get up a little bit, it's your job to lend a helping hand. And to release some of the burdens that Satan has laid on the people. That's the gospel.
Come on.
You don't like that. You like to talk about Christ was crucified in 3 days, 2 nights. I can prove it. What time? I know the exact time. Huh? That's what you like to talk about. Mysterious stuff. Deuteronomy 29 and 29. Go ahead and read it. I ain't saying go there. I'm saying check it out on your own. And you will see what I'm saying to you. Go ahead and read it.
I was in prison.
Yeah.
And he came unto me.
I ain't finna do that. And it's more than one way you can be in prison.
Yes.
But the thing is, somebody was performing these works. You hear me? These things wasn't going undone. Somebody with the Lord's Spirit was performing these works, right? Go ahead and read it.
Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee hungry?
That's a righteous man attitude for you.
Yeah.
I was just doing the right thing because I just got that type of love. I would want it done for me. So they're like, Lord, we never saw you personally. When we saw you hungry, we never saw you hungry. Go ahead.
Or thirsty and gave thee drink.
Yeah.
When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in? Or naked and clothed thee?
Yeah.
Or when saw we thee sick?
When we see you sick?
Or in prison?
And
came unto thee?
We never saw you personally. Go ahead.
And the king shall answer and say unto thee,
what the king say?
Verily I say unto you,
truly I say unto you,
inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren,
your neighbor. One of the least. The poor, the rejects, the misfits. As much as you have done it to one of the least, and he called him my brother, what happened?
Ye have done unto me.
Look at that. Why are you so hateful towards your brother or your neighbor? Why are you so hateful towards the poor? Go ahead and read.
41.
Yeah.
Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand.
See, all that words you getting ain't doing you no good if you ain't applying it. That's the point. Nobody's applying it no more. Everybody's sitting on their hands. Mouth wide open. Gums bumping 1,000, 1,000,000 miles an hour. Everybody's good at talking. Nobody's good at doing. Boy, I'm sick of this mess. Sick of Israel. Waking you up just so you can die. Go ahead and read.
Depart from me.
Who?
Ye cursed.
What you mean?
Into everlasting fire.
What?
Yes, sir.
What you talking about? How did I get in there? Go ahead.
Prepared for the devil and his angels.
Because you going to the same place prepared for Satan and his angels. Go ahead.
For I was in hunger.
And he can explain to you how you got there. I was hungry. Come on.
And he gave me no meat.
And saying the Lord, he don't need your meat personally, because he'll tell you, if I was hungry, I own a cattle on 1,000 hills, I wouldn't tell you. Because he knows your attitude. But he said, you cursed. He said, I was hungry, you ain't give me nothing. You drove right on past me. And you had change in the car. You had a wallet or a purse full of money. You had some food on the seat you could have gave me. You saw my shoe it had a tear in it? Huh? You sure you ain't had no laces in these things? It's cold out here. You see you ain't got no jacket. You got a coat in the back seat, been there for 6 months. Harken to the scripture.
I was thirsty and ye gave me no drink.
And then you know what you're going to do? You're going to go right to the church on the Shabbat. I love my brother as myself. But you're not proving that acceptable and perfect will of God. You talking it, but you're not proving it. And then when you do something good, what do? Go sound the trumpet. Cursed. Go ahead and read.
I was a stranger, and ye took me not in.
That's right.
Naked, and ye clothed me not. Sick and in prison.
You had no pity on the less fortunate. As long as you was blessed and not stressed, hell with the rest. Or the people that have less. You know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Evil. Go ahead.
And ye visited me not.
Go ahead.
Then shall they also answer him, saying,
What?
Lord, when saw we thee a hunger?
That's right.
Or a thirst?
Look, you know what? This is showing you the opportunity is equal across the board for you to do the work, for you to perform the will of God, for you to do righteousness, for you to show and have charity. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
The opportunity is there, right in front of you. But if you don't have the mind of the Mashiach, you're not going to do it. You're not pity no poor because you straight. You ain't going to do nothing in the vineyard because you good.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Or a thirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee.
Did not serve. See, minister, that's what we're dealing with, serving. Blessed be the servant. You didn't serve them. You didn't give them what they needed. Right? Go ahead and read.
Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily I say unto you,
truly I say unto you,
and inasmuch as ye did it not to one of the least of these.
Come on, now tell me something good.
Ye did it not to me.
What?
Ye did it not to me.
Once you reject that poor and downtrodden person, it's just like you did it to the Lord himself. Yes, in the flesh. Huh? You got to understand that so that you can become better. So that you can start putting in the work. The gospel is more than just coming to the Shabbat, listening to the lesson, getting baptized, talking to your family, sporadically here and there. It's more than that. Writing down notes and highlighting is more. And not even picking them back up until the next Sabbath. This ain't the gospel. That's church. The gospel is not church. You come to the church to learn what God requires of you. You still got to perform. You still got to prove yourself to God. Why would he take you out of everybody else? What are you doing? This man coming to pick out jewels. What you doing is to make you a jewel that he likes, that attract his attention. Huh? Because the sinners coming in on the Shabbat, getting the word, highlighting and writing notes. There's more than that.
Come on.
What verse we at?
46.
Man, go ahead and read.
And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal.
And this man playing no games, believe me. When you put this on my mind, ain't no games come with this. Huh? Ain't no game because the people sick. The people supposed to be representing God in the flesh, you sick. You let sinners out, do you? You sick of this man. Get yourself together. Go ahead and read. Have some love. Get rid of that stony heart. Come on.
Chapter 26.
Alright, you already finished that? See, that's what I'm saying. James 2. You look carried away up here, but it's the truth in the book.
Come on.
Man, he trying to make us some righteous individuals. And we stuck on stupid. We still worried about the American dream. What the world considers successful. That's the way to go to hell. What the world considers successful. Because it's a division. It's going to separate you. Once we finish everyone, Ezekiel 22. James 2. Picking up at verse 4. Matter of fact. Yeah, that's good. Verse 4. Go ahead.
Are ye not then partial in yourselves?
You are. We all are.
And are become judges of evil thoughts?
Yeah, because you know what? He's talking about being a respectable person. You partial in your judgment. Go ahead.
Hearken, my beloved brethren.
Say, listen, my beloved brother. Go ahead.
Had not God chosen the poor of this world?
He chose the poor of this world, what?
Rich in faith?
Look, it's almost contrary. It's hard to find a rich man that's rich in faith. It's some, but it ain't a lot. So the poor of this world, they're the ones that's rich in faith. We were talking last week after work one night, talking about how God don't even choose the nobles and the rich, really, because they too wise for him. They smarter than God, let them tell you. Go ahead and read.
And heirs of The kingdom?
Look at that's what we trying to, that should be the goal. But somewhere along the line, we lost sight of the goal. We lost sight of the mission. In your quest for knowledge, you lost sight of love. You lost sight of what the Lord was really teaching you or showing you how to fulfill the law. Go ahead.
Which he had promised to them that love him.
And if you love him, you'll keep his commandments. Go ahead.
But ye have despised the poor.
Oh my goodness. This James. He said too. Testifying. This is contrary to the gospel. No matter how much knowledge you despise the poor, go ahead.
Do not rich men oppress you?
Don't they? The society we live in is a capitalist society. Entities run the government and the people, and they oppress. The few oppress the masses. The government don't even make the real decision. The people with all the money, the rich, they're the ones making the decisions that oppress you. Go ahead and read.
And draw you before the judgment seat?
Don't they? They do. Meaning they always condemn you. These are the rich we talking about. The hardy. All right, go ahead and read.
Do not they blaspheme that worthy name?
Every chance they get. It's the rich, don't you understand? It's the rich that's causing the saints to work on the Shabbat. It's the rich man that won't let you off on his holy feast day. It's the rich man that's putting pork in Skittles. It's the rich man that's putting pork in beef now and all kind of stuff. They're the ones oppressing you.
Come on.
They're the ones causing you to sin and you don't even know it. And you too busy worried about the preacher. I ain't teaching you good enough. Well, get the book and read it for yourself. And whatever he do teach you, use it or walk therein. We can't get this simple stuff right. It's the foundation, ABCs. They can't even get it right. Go ahead.
By the which ye are called.
That's right. They always blaspheme the name of God. Go ahead.
If ye fulfill the royal law according to the scripture.
What happened?
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Ye do well.
See, you are always talking about you a law keeper. The law keeping the law is more than feast days and dietary laws and Sabbaths. Huh? Don't you know? Look, the Lord didn't. When he came, right? He said, "I come to the lost sheep of Israel." He didn't have to come and tell them about keeping Sabbath. Right? That wasn't his message. He didn't have to come and tell them keep about dietary law. These things they was already doing. He didn't have to come and tell them about wearing fringes. These things they already was doing. Huh? But what they wasn't doing was looking out for the poor, giving the people the meat in due season. Huh? They was being respecters of persons, which is the same spirits that we got now. Huh? And we still talking about you can't keep the holy days outside Jerusalem. I guess we forgot what all your dwellings mean. Everybody's not going to dwell in Jerusalem. Still don't excuse you. I mean, baby stuff. We can't even get the prophecies right. Huh? Man, tell you line on line, precept on precept, rightfully divided. Just because you go line and line, that don't mean rightfully divided. Just because you've been teaching it 30, 40 years, that don't mean it's correct. Royal law, according to the scripture, you do well. Love thy neighbor or thy brother as thyself. That's what the whole laws, statutes, judgments, commandments is trying to teach you. And you still missing. Because the only thing you can see is, I gotta keep this, I gotta keep that. But he's trying to show you. Circumcise your mind, your heart. Go ahead.
9. But if ye have respect to person, ye commit sin.
And we do. Commit sin. Ain't talking about respect the person in judgment. If you pervert judgment because of how people look and how they dress, the poor over the rich and vice versa, you commit sin. Go ahead and read.
and are convinced of the law as transgressors.
So you're not a keeper, no matter how many Sabbaths and feast days and dietary laws you keep. You're a transgressor. The main one, you leaving off the message of the law, the conclusion of the whole matter. You leaving it off. Love thy neighbor. Don't you notice what Christ did? Why can't you see that? You was his neighbor. He was God. He was straight. Same attitude you had. I'm straight, right? But what if he kept that attitude? Skip down. We good, we here. We'll do this over. Huh? Whole creation destroyed. That's what's going to happen to you. If you don't relinquish that train of thought, it's more than about you. He created you to do more than bless yourself. That's the game. Go ahead and read.
10. For whosoever shall keep the whole law and yet offend at one point, he is guilty of all. For he has said, do not commit adultery, said also, do not kill. Now if thou commit no adultery, yet if thou kill, thou art become a transgressor of the law.
Verse 14, this is what we read, Mom. Verse 14, harken to the scripture.
What does it profit, my brother?
Yes.
Though a man say he have faith.
And everybody claim that. I believe the Lord, that's why I keep the commandments. What do it profit, my brother? Well, you say, okay, let's see something what James is going to tell us. Speak, James.
And have not works. Can faith save him?
That's what we want to know. Go ahead.
If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food.
Look, this is real life. Somebody come to you on a daily or at a day, at a specific time, and they destitute of daily food or clothing. Go ahead.
And one of you said to them, depart in peace.
One of you law keepers. Now, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to throw that in there. One of you law keepers say unto them, what?
Depart in peace.
God bless you. Huh? Don't worry about it. God got you. Be safe. Be easy. Take care of it. Huh? You ain't got nothing. I pray for you. I got you. Yet still, what happened?
Be ye warmed and filled.
He said, but you don't. Go ahead.
Notwithstanding, ye give them not those things which are needful to the body.
Look, this is what he's talking about. We're talking about putting in that work. You ain't give them what they needed. All you did was bless them with your mouth. Huh? And then you bless them with your mouth, but he still need clothes and food. What if the Lord put you right there, right? You got $20 in your pocket, you hold on to it because you want to get something to eat. If somebody standing in the corner, millions of cars passing them by. What if they don't eat tonight? And you was right there, you had $20 you could have gave them. You wasn't even going to miss it. Huh? You might have been their food. Huh? But you held on to their blessing. That's sin to you. I just want you to know. You know why it's sin? Because you ain't fulfilled the law. Go ahead and read it.
What does it profit?
What did that person gain by you saying, I pray for you? Bless, he ain't gained nothing. He probably thinking, you talking about you godly, but you ain't give me what I got when I did that. Huh? Being godly mean to walk like God would. Go ahead and read.
Even so, faith, if it had not works, is dead.
Look, that means you got faith in God, but you don't have no works to prove it. Every time you get a chance to do something, to do good, or to do the work, you don't do it. Huh? That means your faith is dead, even though you keep laws and commandments. Huh? Even though you keep Sabbaths, even though you at every feast, you ain't got no works. All you doing is making sure you and yours good. Lip service. But the real message, somebody else will get it. See, that's your attitude. Somebody gonna do it. Which you right. The Lord gonna put on somebody's mind, they all gonna do it. And you saw what's gonna happen to him in Matthew 25th chapter. He said, blessed. When I was hungry, you fed me. When I was naked, you clothed me. Huh? Because you gotta understand, it's constant oppression. If Satan is the leader of the world system, monetary, everything. When you can help somebody be relieved at that time, you did much good. But if you hold on to it, just like Satan, you're oppressor. But anyway, what verse you at?
Being alone. That was the end of 17.
Okay, go ahead.
18. Yeah, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works.
That's right. Can't have it. It's more than about lip service. See, we use these scriptures all day when it comes to the Christians. We tired of beating up on them. Let's get some in-house whooping. You already know where they going. Let they repent. But what you couldn't see was you right on their coattail. You do the same thing they do, just in a different way. What verse? 18?
19.
Go ahead.
Thou believest that there is one God.
Look, you do all that. Okay, go ahead.
Thou doest well.
Yeah.
The devils also believe and tremble.
But they got one up on you. The devil believes one God too. On top of that, they tremble, they fear. Go ahead.
But what thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead.
That's why he call you vain man, because your efforts are worthless, futile. He said he wants you to understand this. Faith without works
is dead.
Hey, that's for us too. I want to turn on the truth. The truth for the people that call themselves in the truth. Because we good at dogging Sunday Christians out with it. Let's dog each other. Let's dog you out with it. Because it's hitting you too. I know what it is. Ain't nobody getting by. It's a soul. Ezekiel 22. So I'm going to show you that the Lord is, He is really concerned with how you treat your brother. When you can provide for him and you hold back. He hates that. That's what Christ was trying to show him. Verse 1, go ahead and read it.
Moreover,
yes,
the word of the Lord came unto me, saying,
what did it say?
Now thou son of man, wilt thou judge the bloody city? Yet thou shalt show her all her abominations.
He said, I want you to show her abominations. The bloody city, that's Jerusalem. His own people. He called them a bloody city. And now he's sending the prophet, he said, I want you to show her why I call her a bloody city. Show her abomination. Because she thinks she's righteous. Hearken to the scripture.
3. Then say thou, thus saith the Lord God.
Yes.
The city shedded blood in the midst of it.
Come on now.
That her time may come.
Yeah.
Making idols against herself to defile herself.
That's right. That's what we do. Make idols against ourselves. To defile ourselves. See, we got idols in our mind. That's why you can't serve God. That's why you can't do what He told you. Provide your body a living sacrifice. That's why you can't show charity. Something is holding you back. Go ahead.
4.
Yeah.
Thou art become guilty in thy blood that thou hast shed.
What you mean?
And hast defiled thyself in thine idols which thou hast made.
Yes.
And thou hast caused thy days to draw near. And art come even unto thy years.
Yeah, that mean the punishment is going to come upon you. The day you draw near, you're going to get this time when they execute the punishment. Go ahead and read.
Therefore have I made thee a reproach unto the heathen.
That's right.
And a mocking to all countries.
Look, this is what the Lord is going to do for all of the abomination that's being committed. Right? We use the Jerusalem to show you that God did with His own people. So you can put yourself in this situation. This is the same thing we doing also. Go ahead.
Those that be near,
yes,
and those that be far from thee, shall mock thee,
yeah,
which are infamous and much vexed.
Go ahead.
Behold, the princes of Israel, everyone were indeed to their power to shed blood.
Yes, and those are the leaders. All right, he said that every one of them will shed blood. Go ahead.
And thee have they set light by father and mother.
They transgress against their father and mother, and they think it's a light thing. It's no big deal, in other words. Right? In other words, they break the commandments and it mock it. It's no big deal. I'm still righteous. They still consider themselves to be righteous after breaking the commandments. Go ahead.
In the midst of thee have they dealt by oppression
Look,
with strength.
these are the leaders, right? The kings. He said that in thee have you dealt how?
By oppression with the stranger.
Oppressing the stranger. See, this is what you do. This is just like what we was reading in James when he say somebody be come to you when they destitute and naked, and you got the ability to perform what's good, and you don't do, you hold back from them. That's what they doing. Same thing. You become an oppressor at that point because you got what it takes to bless them, to fulfill their need, but you clench it. Huh? This ain't the gospel. What kind of gospel is that? Who gonna come to a God that allow that? Nobody. You the problem. God gave us good statutes and judgments on top of the laws and commandments.
Come on.
And you call them legalism? You the problem. You oppressor. You oppress the strangers in the midst of you. Go ahead.
And thee have they vexed the fatherless and the widow.
They have vexed the fatherless and the widow, the poor and needy. You don't plead their cause. See, God is telling you to do it because that's what He does. He pleads their cause. Go ahead.
Thou hast despised mine holy things.
Yes, sir.
And hast profaned my Sabbaths. And these are men that carry tails to shed blood. And in thee they eat upon the mountains. In the midst of thee they commit lewdness.
This is drop down to verse 12. Go ahead.
And thee have they taken gifts to shed blood.
Look at this. You perverted judgment.
Robbing.
You robbing the people. Remember, the Lord said, all that come before me are thieves and robbers. That's what He's talking about. You pervert the judgment of the stranger, the fatherless, the widow, the poor, the needy, right? He said, you take a gift to pervert their blood, to pervert judgment, or shed blood. He called it shed blood. Go ahead.
Thou hast taken usury and increased.
How?
And thou hast greedily gained of thy neighbor.
Look, this is, okay, we talking about God's people now, but this is how our society is as well. And that's why I wanted to read this so you can see our society is the same way. So this is why I need you, my representative, to help relieve somebody's debt when it's time. I don't need you to oppress the poor, the widow, the fatherless, and the stranger, because that's what the leaders are already doing. That's how they're getting their wealth. Huh? 250 years of unpaid labor? Of course you're going to be rich. Huh? So read the start at the top of that verse.
And thee have they taken gifts to shed blood.
That's right. And they do that in this society as well. Go ahead.
Thou hast taken usury and increase.
Yes.
And thou hast greedily gained of thy neighbors by extortion.
Look, who done bought a car without having the interest rate on it? Exactly. That's what they do. Oppression, interest, usury. Right? He said, thou hast taken usury, look, and increase, and thou hast greedily gained. That's why they do it. That causes oppression. Right? A house, $200,000 house, 30-year note, by the time you pay it off, is $800,000. That's oppression. You could have bought 4 houses and let 3 more people stay in. You could have bought $800,000 houses and let some poor. You could have did something more, right? But you can't even do more because you get oppressed. So now you knowing that mindset, don't you go and do the same thing? That's what the world does. I don't expect that out of you. Right? Go ahead.
And has forgotten me, said the Lord God.
You have to do what?
Forgotten me.
That's right.
Said the Lord God.
He said you done gain greedily of thy neighbor by extortion. And oppression and interest and usury. You robbing the people. You exploiting the people. You taking advantage of the people. And by doing so, you have forgotten me, says the Lord. The Lord will good commandments and statutes, so that we don't be like this. Deuteronomy 15 chapter. But you see, he has a problem with it. This is what I'm saying. The gospel is more than about just learning the truth. It's about performing and walking in it, learning what he requires of you, and then walking in it. Verse 11. Deuteronomy 15, verse 11. Hearken to the scripture.
For the poor shall never cease out of the land.
That's what he was telling Israel, explaining to him before he even gave them the promised land. It's like that in almost every society. Matter of fact, I go out on the limb and say every society. Poor ain't gonna cease. Therefore, you need to know how to deal with them according to godliness. Right? So they ain't gonna never see what you want me to do, Lord.
Therefore I command thee.
You what?
Command thee.
Like saying what?
Thou shalt open thine hand wide unto thy brother, to thy poor, and to thy needy in thy land.
Look at that. That's the gospel. Open your hand wide. This is what he commands you. He don't care how many Sabbaths you keep if you don't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? You don't care how many times you don't eat pork and shrimp and crab and lobster if you don't do this. Because you know what? That's what Israel thinks the gospel is.
Mm-hmm.
They think the gospel is keeping Sabbaths. They think the gospel only is keeping Sabbaths, feast days, dietary law. That's it. That's it. Everything else is uncivilized, Israel. No, that's not. It's more than that.
Mm-hmm.
It's that too, but this is a weightier matter. You finished that verse?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go to Deuteronomy 10 chapter. We're gonna come back to that 15th chapter. This is why people don't like to go to the law. That's why the world messed up now.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ain't fulfilling it. Oh, we got a lot of doctrines of devils. Seducing spirits out here. Keeping the truth, man. Have no change of heart. Or still wicked and evil and mean, heart full of malice, still gossiping, backbiting, and criticize. You ain't no child of God. God ain't got none of them spirits.
No, not one.
Verse 16.
16.
Yes, sir. Talk to me.
Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart.
I thought that was only in the New Testament.
No, sir.
Huh?
No, sir.
Look. This is what the law is trying to teach you. Circumcise the foreskin of your heart, your mind. Go ahead.
And be no more stiff-necked.
Be no more stiff. That's rebellious.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and read.
For the Lord your God is God of gods.
Amen.
And Lord of lords.
Yes, sir.
A great God.
And
a mighty and terrible.
See, they don't want to know that part about God. He'll bring the drama to you and your mama.
Yes.
Terrible God. You understand me? Because you know what? He ain't no respected person. Your mama can get the business too. You know what I'm saying? This is God. He's righteous, children. Right? Go ahead.
Which regarding our person.
See, this is why he had a problem with Israel. This is why James came right back and told you, don't be no respecter of person, because God don't allow it. This is a mighty God, terrible, which regarded not persons. Go ahead.
Nor taking reward.
You can't bribe him. If you wrong, you wrong. This is a stand-up God. Integrity. Huh? Good moral character. Go ahead.
He doth execute the judgment of the fatherless and widow.
Look, he don't plead their cause. He gonna execute the judgment of the fatherless, of the widow,
and loveth the stranger.
And loveth the stranger. Israel is in bad shape because Israel hates the stranger.
Come on.
See, we don't even know what the Lord really wants.
Come on.
You need to learn how to deal with him and love. What's what he gonna tell you? How you love the stranger, Lord?
And giving him food and raiment.
Man, you see why he was talking on Matthew 25?
Yes, sir.
Blessed is the one who do this, because you fulfilling the law. And look what it tells you. Go ahead.
Love ye therefore the stranger.
For what?
For ye were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Israel in bad shape. Israel still want to oppress. See, they want to keep the society capitalist like it is. Israel do. They just want to change how it look from white to black. Huh? You want to be that same old oppressor, but you want to be the one that's on top.
Come on.
You You don't want to change the society like how the Bible, how the law and the prophets teach you. The instructions of the Torah, you don't want to use that to rule the world in righteousness. You want to use that same capitalist society and rule and dominate over them like they do us. That's not righteousness. That's not what the Lord prescribes. That's not what He's going to allow. Because He said He plead the cause of the stranger, the fatherless, the widow. He loved them and giving them food and raiment. He said, you ought to know better because you was a stranger in Egypt when I came and got you out of there. When I freed you, you know what? This is key. Because, you know what He did? He paid the debt for you, Israel, when you was in Egypt. He paid the cost. He shed the blood. And He brought you out with great riches. So now you know in the mind of a stranger, you're supposed to be like me. What's the problem? The problem is, like He said in verse 16, your heart is too hard. You ain't circumcised the foreskin of your heart. So that's why you want to be an oppressor. That's why even when we go out with them years back down the line to Ezekiel, they still was oppressing and vexing and taking bribes and gifts and buying preachers and buying prophets, right? They was manipulating and buying them so that they could pervert the judgment. So that you could tell the people, oh, it's okay, you broke God's law, it's okay. No, it wasn't okay. Go ahead. 20. Thou shalt fear the Lord thy God. And that's where we leave off. But He told you, the devils even fear. See, you see where James was coming from? Yes, sir. He said the devils believe one God and they fear. Go ahead. Him shalt thou serve, and to Him shalt thou cleave, and swear by His name. That's right. So we've been swearing by His name falsely and in vain. We had faith without works. A lot of mouth and lip, we got that. A lot of bickering and backbiting and strife and envy. We holding tight to those things. I ain't getting no scripture. Go ahead and read. 21. Yes. He is thy praise. Yes. And He is thy God. Yes. That had done for thee these great and terrible things. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead and read. Which thine eyes have seen. Thy fathers went down into Egypt with 70 persons. 7 people. Go ahead. And now the Lord thy God had made thee as the stars of heaven for multitude. Right. Blessed is everything we do. If you execute judgment, the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow. Psalm 146 verse 6. Well, I'm going to let you know, it's going to be a swift witness against you. Psalm 146 and verse 6. Now, I don't like this because it cut hard. Come on. It's like the Lord stabbed me right in your rib. Good. That's how I feel when you got to remove that stuff that's unclean. Well, I'll tell you what verse? 6. Yeah, start at 5. Go ahead. Happy is he that hath the God of Jacob for his help. So we always want His help. But we don't want to line up with the book so we can get the help. But if you line up with the book, look what He said. Happy is the man who has the God of Jacob for his help, whose hope is in the Lord his God. Come on now. Which made heaven and earth. Amen. The sea and all. Go ahead and read it. There it is. Yes. Which keep it true forever. Keep it true forever. Go ahead. Which executed judgment for the oppressed. Oh my goodness. See, this is His characteristic. Meaning, if you deal with if you oppress the people, you're going to be oppressed. He's going to deal with you for that, in other words. You're not going to get away with it, in other words. Right? He would execute judgment for the oppressed, which giving food to the hungry. He giving food to the hungry. Sometimes, and He used you to do so. That's why He's so mad when you be uptight with it. He done blessed you so that you can bless somebody else. Not so that you can throw away the leftovers. Ooh. Well, I swung that out there, didn't you? That's hitting hard. Man, sitting up here hungry on the street. You got food in your car. You might not have no money, but you're going to drive right past. Now, should do that. Come on. It wasn't no accident you drove on the street with that hungry man. Hallelujah. See, we keep the gospel when it's convenient. So you keep it when you know it's coming, right?
Mm-hmm.
You keep it when you know it's on the side.
Mm-hmm.
You keep it when you know June 16th is the feast day. Because you know that's coming. Right? You keep it when you know the Day of Atonement is approaching. You keep it when that sun go down on Friday night. Yeah. You keep it when you know it's coming. Right. But when you don't know it's coming and you have opportunity, that's the real test. That's the real test. Go ahead and read.
The Lord loosened the prisoners.
The Lord loosened the prisoners. In order to loosen the prisoners, a debt has to be paid. This ain't for free. Huh? That means he paid the price. He paid a debt, right? And you know what it is? That's why it is. That's what he required of you. You might have to take a loss or take a hit so that it can benefit somebody else. But he ain't gonna make your hit be harder than you can bear, or more than you can take and withstand. But I'm trying to circumcise that heart, though. Go ahead and read.
Verse 8. The Lord opened the eyes of the blind.
Right. That's what he's trying to do right now. We were blind to the fact. Stab in the back.
All okay.
But you once was blind and now you see. That's the truth. I mean, you understand now. Now that you got to understand what you're going to do. Prove the will. Provide your body a living sacrifice so you can prove what is that good, perfect, and acceptable. Don't forget acceptable. I'm going to show you that the Lord did something that's acceptable. Go ahead and read.
The Lord raiseth them that are bowed down. The Lord loveth the righteous. The Lord preserveth the strangers.
Look, the Lord loveth the righteous. The Lord preserveth the strangers. So why is Israel so bent on hating the stranger? Huh? We ain't learned that from the God of Israel. Where you pick up that spirit from? It's time out. See, you stuck on stupid. The man steady drawing nigh. You steady spewing out hate. You steady walking around with a hard heart. Time out. This man, this time getting close. Go ahead.
He relieved the fatherless and widow.
He relieved the fatherless and the widow. Go ahead.
But the way of the wicked he turned it upside down.
And he ain't lying. The way of the wicked, so he turned it upside down. You finish that?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Verse 10. The Lord shall reign forever, even thy God, O Zion.
Thy kingdom come. Go ahead.
Unto all generations.
Yes.
Praise ye the Lord.
Amen. Praise ye the Lord. Right? Let's look at Jeremiah 22. What he's going to tell his people. Go ahead, verse 1.
Thus saith the Lord, go down to the house of the king of Judah and speak there this word. And say, hear the word of the Lord, O king of Judah,
right,
that sittest upon the throne of David, thou and thy servants,
you and your servants,
and thy people that enter in by these gates.
Yes.
Thus saith the Lord,
what he say?
Execute ye judgment and righteousness.
Execute you judgment. And this is what the Lord is saying. Execute judgment and righteousness. Go ahead.
And deliver the spoil out of the hand of the oppressor.
See, this is your job. Deliver the spoil out of the hand of Satan is oppressing all of us. That homeless man might have just lost his job. Satan is the God of this world. He's controlling the finance, the education, the governments. He's the one that controls he oppressing him. So what he's telling you, once you get none, help. Deliver the spoil out of them. Pay the debt, in other words. Huh? Free somebody out of Satan's hand even if it's only for a moment. You understand? Loosen that burden off of him for a minute if that's all you can do. According to how he's blessed you. Go ahead.
And do no wrong. Do no violence to the stranger, the fatherless, nor the widow.
Look, so I'm trying to figure out where is Israel getting his behavior from. Man, it's telling you do no violence to the stranger, the fatherless, the widow.
Neither shed innocent blood in this place.
What happens if we do this? Go ahead.
For if you do this thing indeed, then shall there enter in by the gates of this house kings sitting upon the throne of David, riding chariots and on horses.
That means your kingdom is going to be established continuously. Now, for the fact that it's not established continuously, it's proof they didn't do it. It's proof. We didn't do it. Our forefathers. What he going to tell you? Go ahead.
He and his servants and his people. But if you will not hear these words, I swear by myself, saith the Lord,
yes,
that this house shall become a desolation.
Look. He going to lay it flat. Give me that next verse.
6. For thus saith the Lord unto the king's house of Judah,
yes,
thou art Gilead unto me,
yes,
and the head of Lebanon. Yet surely I will make thee a wilderness, and cities which are not inhabited.
That's right. Gilead is supposed to be famous for having balm, ointment, to help the people recover. Medicine, in other words. Right? But he said, if you don't do this, I'm going to destroy you. Because this is what he prescribed. Right? Deuteronomy 27 real quick. Deuteronomy 27. Verse 19. Deuteronomy 27, verse 19. Talking to the scripture.
Cursed be he that perverted the judgment of the stranger, fatherless and widow. And all the people shall say, Amen.
He agreed to it. Cursed be he that perverted the judgment of the fatherless, the stranger, and the widow. Right? So the Lord's own people wouldn't doing it. So he had to send somebody to do it himself. Pick me up at Isaiah 61st chapter. I'm sorry that the Lord did this for you. You had no way out. You was going to die. You was a servant to sin. You was in prison to sin. He had to come free you. So that's why he requires so much from you. Because it ain't like he didn't do it, and it ain't like he didn't instruct you. The point is, you just ain't circumcised your heart. You got a hard heart towards your neighbor. That's not what he's prescribed. But he tells you the servant is the greatest of all. Verse 1, hearken to the scripture.
The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me.
Yes, sir.
Because the Lord had anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek.
Yes.
He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted.
Look, this is that the Spirit of the Lord God is upon me. Right? Look, things you walk differently when the Lord's Spirit is upon you. Because look, he poured the Spirit upon him, right? And this is what he prescribed him to do. Did you get to that point, right? So he's chosen him to do this, right? To do what?
Preach good tidings unto the meek.
Preach to give them their daily bread, right? Preach good tidings to the meek, or other words, give them meat in due season. Right? Go ahead and read. That's the spiritual part. Go ahead.
He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted.
He has sent me to bind up bind up. That's like heal.
Yes, sir.
Medicine. Who heal? Physicians. Right? Doctors. They heal. They bind up the wounds. Of the who?
Brokenhearted.
Somebody that's been oppressed, exploited. Fatherless, strangers, widows, strangers. Right? Bind up the brokenhearted. To do what else?
To proclaim liberty.
To proclaim liberty.
To the captives.
To the captives. And
the opening of the prison to them that are bound.
There's a lot of stuff. The opening of prisons to them that means you a slave. You a prisoner. But he coming to free you. In order to free you, you a debtor. You gotta pay your debt. Huh? What if he don't do it?
You bound.
So we're gonna be stuck. What else
Verse 2. To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord.
To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord. Go ahead.
And the day of vengeance of our God.
Yes.
To comfort all that mourn.
To comfort all that bind up the broken heart. Right? Comfort all that mourn. Wherever. All right, that's good. That's only 2 verses I want to deal with right now. Let's see why the Lord would do this though. Jeremiah 8 chapter. Verse 21. So he's been chosen or selected to preach good tidings or good news to the meek. Those are the ones that's going to receive. Poor in spirit, rich in faith, meek. Bind up the broken, proclaim liberty. That means he got to set some people free.
Yes.
That means he got to pay the debt, pay the price in order to set them free. To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, right? There's some things that's not acceptable. The acceptable year of the Lord, we call that the Jubilee. In the Jubilee, we're going to read it. That's the year of release. Debt's being cleared or forgiven. That's why it's acceptable. You hear me? It's acceptable because he forgiven debts. Paying the price. That, you know why they poor? Because they couldn't do it themselves. You poor, you get in debt. You are a debtor. You need somebody to forgive or release that debt. It's in the physical and the spiritual. You're a debt to sin once you commit it. You need them to free you. Jeremiah 8, verse 21. That's why the Lord would do that. Go ahead and read.
For the hurt of the daughter of my people am I hurt.
You see the people hurt? He feel the same thing. He said, because they hurt, I'm hurt. Go ahead.
I am black. Astonishment had taken hold on me.
Because he can't believe that people just be this ratchet. I gave you all these good laws and statutes. You ain't fulfilling none of them. You come into the feast, you still an oppressor. Huh? You going in the temple, you perverting judgment. You still not fulfilling the gospel. Love thy neighbors. You're not doing that. You're omitting the way your manners. Go ahead.
Is there no balm in Gilead?
And is it no Gilead is known for balm. Healing medicine or ointment. That's where you go to get it. Infamous for balm. Say, is it no balm in Gilead? Go ahead.
Is there no physician there?
Ain't no physician? Go ahead.
Why then is not the health of the daughter of my people recovered?
Why ain't my people healed? Why are people still blind and poor? Father, why you still perverting the judgment of widow with a stranger? So you know what he had to do? He had to anoint somebody to do this. So you should have knew how to do this, Israel, because he gave you this. Deuteronomy 15:1, then we're going to get Leviticus 25. We're going to hit these real quick. We're going to skate it. But I'll show you. He said, is there no physician?
Yeah.
Right? We're going to show you this is Jesus when he's talking too. After we get these 2 verses, these 2 chapters, we're going to show you. Deuteronomy 15 verse 1. Go ahead.
At the end of every 7 years, thou shalt make a release.
He said at the end of every 7 years, you're going to make a release, right? Forgiving the debt. This is acceptable. This is an acceptable time. This is an acceptable work or deed to the Lord. Go ahead.
2. And this is the matter of the release. Every creditor that lendeth unto his neighbor shall release it.
Look, this is what he commanded. He said, this is the matter of the release. Every creditor. So you the one that they owe. Somebody owe you a debt. He said at the end of 7 years, release it. Don't worry about it. If they ain't finished paying you back, you take that hit and you let it go. It's alright. Don't sweat it. Come on.
He shall not exact it of his neighbor.
Don't try to go and regain it and get it back. It's too late. It's the year release. Go ahead.
or of his brother.
Yes.
Because
what? A neighbor or a brother?
Yes, sir.
Cover everybody. Go ahead.
Because it is called the Lord's release.
Because it's called the Lord's release. Right? Verse 4. Go ahead. So this is big. This will cause you to get outside of yourself. You might take a hit or take a loss. But you ought to be looking at, praise the Lord, that I can sustain that loss. Alright? Go ahead.
Say when there shall be no poor among you. For the Lord shall greatly bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
See, you know what? This is faith. It's going to take faith for you to release that debt, and don't worry about it. He said, but if you do, the Lord going to greatly bless you in the land where you go. He's going to bless you. Go ahead.
For an inheritance to possess.
Go ahead.
Only if thou carefully hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Look, you're only going to get this blessing if you carefully hearken unto his voice. And right now he's talking to us about releasing debt, because this is acceptable unto him. That's why he called it the Lord's release. Go ahead.
To observe to do all these commandments which I have commanded thee this day.
Yeah.
For the Lord thy God blessed thee, as he promised thee.
Yes.
And thou shalt lend unto many nations.
Look at this. This is blessed. If you can do this, it's like one thing leading to another. You release that. He said, you shall lend what?
To many nations.
Go ahead.
But thou shalt not borrow.
You should not borrow. Go ahead.
And thou shalt reign over many nations.
Look, that means you're in a blessed state if you don't have to borrow. If you don't have to borrow, that means you're not a debtor. You're not in debt. Huh? He said, you shall reign over many nations. Go ahead.
But they shall not reign over thee.
Go ahead.
If there be among you a poor man of one of thy brethren within any of thy gates in thy land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
What you want me to do?
Thou shalt not harden thine heart.
What you mean?
Nor shut thine hand from thy poor brother.
Man. Go ahead and read.
But thou shalt open thine hand wide unto him.
To do what?
And shalt surely lend him sufficient for his needs.
Yes.
And that which he wanted.
Go ahead.
Beware that there be not a thought in our wicked heart, saying,
what?
The 7th year, the year of release is at hand. And that thine eye be evil against thy poor brother. And thou givest him not.
Yeah, you don't give him what he needs, because you know the year of release, you know you ain't going to get it back, in other words. So don't think like that. It's evil. Come on.
And he cried to the Lord against thee.
He gonna cry. What? What's gonna happen?
And it be sin unto thee.
Told you. Sin. Go ahead.
Thou shalt surely give him, and thine heart shall not be grieved when thou givest unto him.
Look, this how he telling you how to get down. This is why the ones in Matthew 25 is blessed. You give the poor what they need, and you don't even worry about them sweat. No sweat off your back. You're doing it because you would want it done for you. Because you got that type of love for your fellow man. Your heart should not be grieved. Go ahead.
When thou givest unto him, because that for this thing the Lord thy God shall bless thee in all thy works.
Look for what you say, for this thing?
Yes, sir.
That the Lord gonna do what?
Bless thee in all thy works.
Man, why you struggling? You might be oppressing somebody else. Probably why you struggling. Look, why don't you challenge the Lord with the word?
Prove.
Yeah, like prove it out. That's what He's telling you to do. He wants you to. He almost dare you. All right, go ahead and give me the next verse.
And in all that thou puttest thine hand unto, for the poor shall never cease out of the land.
That's right.
Therefore I command thee, saying, Thou shalt open thine hand wide unto thy brother.
I command you this. Open your hand wide to your brother.
To thy poor.
Yes.
And to thy needy in thy land.
Yes. That's good. Leviticus 25. Verse 25. Go ahead.
If thy brother be waxing poor, and has sold away some of his possession,
yes,
and if any of his kin come to redeem it.
Look, so the man is poor, right? Poor people got to sell what you got. All right, sometimes they was even selling their sons and daughters themselves, right? Because they in debt. They got to try to pay the debt. Right? That's why we need a year of release, to release the debt. Right? But you can buy them back or buy their possession back before the year of release. You could take that hit for them if you got that kind of mind. If you want to fulfill the gospel, you could take that hit and free them before the year of release. You can buy their possession back before the year of release. That's what he's telling you. Go ahead and read.
Then shall he redeem that which his brother sold.
See, the only reason he sold it because he fell on hard times. See, you got to understand that. You should have that kind of love for him. He's going to feel on hard times. If it was me, man, let me help you out. Bro, I got you. Because I know the Lord got me. Ain't you trained me. Worry about it. Because that's genuine love. That's love without pretending. Unfeigned. You taking a loss for somebody else. Go ahead.
26.
Yes.
And if the man have none to redeem it, and himself be able to redeem it, then let him count the years of the sale thereof, and restore the overplus unto the man to whom he sold.
Go ahead.
That he may return it to his possession.
Yes.
But if he be not able to restore it to him, then that which is sold shall remain in the hand of him that had bought it until the year of Jubilee.
That's right. So we got to keep it until the year of Jubilee, which we learned was the Lord's release. Right? The year you free the debt, or you release the debt. Right? Go ahead.
And in the Jubilee it shall go out.
Yes.
And he shall return unto his possession.
So you return the possession to him. So basically, it's almost like you borrowing. Right? Go ahead. 29. And if a man sell a dwelling house in a walled city, then he may redeem it with a whole year after it is sold. Within a full year may he redeem it. That's good. But we're just showing. You fall on hard times, your brother can pay the debt. Release you. Before the Lord's release, that's acceptable to God. Huh? Because that's what the Lord did. We'll get there. Let me get one more place before we go there. Jeremiah 34. And I'm going to show you that it was only him that could have set you free or release that debt. And if he didn't do it, you would still be in that debt. Jeremiah 34. Pick him up in verse 12. Go ahead.
Therefore the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah from the Lord,
yes,
saying,
what happened?
Thus saith the Lord,
what did he say?
The God of Israel,
right?
I made a covenant with your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt.
What kind of covenant?
Out of the house of bondmen, saying, At the end of 7 years, let ye go every man his brother in Hebrew, which had been sold unto thee. And when he had served thee 6 years, thou shalt let him go free from thee.
That's right. So that's how we just read it, right? The 7 years of Jubilee, you let him go free, right? He may have to sell himself because he fell on hard times, became poor, right? So he a debtor, right? So he said, you let him go. Go ahead.
But your fathers hearkened not unto me, neither inclined their ear. And ye were not turned and had done right in my sight.
He said that you were now turned. You basically telling them you did what was right in my sight at first. That's what he's going to say. Go ahead.
And proclaiming liberty.
You proclaiming liberty. You released the debt. You forgave the debt. That's why we read the prayer. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Huh? So you forgave it. Go ahead.
Every man to his neighbor.
Every man to his neighbor.
And ye have made a covenant before me in the house which is called by my name.
What happened?
But ye turned and polluted my name.
What you mean?
And caused every man his servant, and every man his handmaid,
right,
whom he had set at liberty at their pleasure, to return, and brought them into subjection to be unto you for servants and for handmaids.
He said you let them go free at first, but then you turn around, may brought them back under subjection of bondage. You kept the covenant at first, but then you turned away from me in the covenant. You released the debt. You release the poor man of his obligation, but then you turn around and you enslave him again. All right, go ahead.
17.
Yes.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord.
Watch this, finna get real now. Therefore, thus saith the Lord,
ye have not hearkened unto me in proclaiming liberty.
See, you ain't listening unto me in proclaiming liberty, setting free.
Everyone to his brother,
Mm-hmm.
and every man to his neighbor.
Yes.
Behold.
So basically, everybody is oppressing everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You oppressing the poor, the fatherless, the sick, the widow, the stranger, every man and his neighbor. Go ahead.
Behold,
Mm-hmm.
I proclaim the liberty for you.
He said, I'm going to proclaim a liberty, because that's not acceptable in my sight. Remember, we finding out what's acceptable to the Lord. This is not acceptable. He said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to proclaim liberty for you,
said the Lord.
Yes.
To the sword.
What?
To the sword.
No, we said, wait a minute. Lord, we talking about freedom, setting us free. This man said, I'm going to proclaim liberty to you, to the sword. That's death. What kind of freedom is this? This is because he's not pleased. You turn from the covenant, you said, you know what, I'm going to proclaim liberty for you. Basically, I'm going to give you what you deserve. To the sword,
to the pestilence,
and
to the famine.
What you going to do?
And I will make you to be removed into all kingdoms of the earth.
He ain't lying. Because that's unacceptable to him, is what he's telling you. I already had a year release free. You know what? Your heart ain't certain. It's still hard towards your neighbor, your brother. You ain't fulfilling the mission of the gospel. He told you he gonna provide the judgment for the fatherless and the widow and the stranger, right? He taking up for him, in other words. Right? The poor man that can't buy himself out of he gonna release. Show you something. What verse you at?
18.
Oh, that's good. Let's go, year release. Give me, let me get Luke, the 4th chapter right here. Then we get Luke, the 8th chapter. So, his own people wasn't doing it. He had to send the Messiah. Verse 18. This is what we read in Isaiah 61. The Lord went into the synagogue on a Sabbath day. He taught. He picked up the book and he read, and in Isaiah, what he was reading, Isaiah 61, verse 17. Let's just start there. Go ahead.
And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written.
Yes.
The Spirit of the Lord is upon me.
He said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, right? That's what we read, right? To do what?
Because he had anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor.
Anointed means chosen or selected, elect. To preach the gospel to the poor. Give them their daily bread. Give them meat in due season. Go ahead.
He sent me to heal the brokenhearted.
Heal up the brokenhearted.
To preach deliverance to the captives.
Preach deliverance unto the captives. Go ahead.
And recovering of sight to the blind.
And recovering of sight to the blind. What else?
To set at liberty them that are bruised.
To set at liberty. Freedom to them that are bruised. What you mean? Held down by Satan. Held captive by Satan. By sin. You are captive to sin. You in debt to sin. So the Lord has been chosen or selected to set you free from sin. To release you from that debt. Should have been looking. Go ahead.
To preach the acceptable year of the Lord.
And that's acceptable. Remember, the releasing of debt to the Lord, that's acceptable. You taking the hit for somebody else, for the poor, the father, the widow, that's acceptable to him. Amen. Go ahead and read. 20. And he closed the book and he gave it again to the minister and sat down. Why would he do that?
And the eyes of all them that were in the synagogue were fastened on him. And he began to say unto them, this day is this scripture fulfilled in your ears.
He's like, I'm here now. I'm going to do all that. Right? Go ahead and read. Watch what he's going to tell us.
22.
Yes.
And now bear him witness.
Yes.
And wondered at the gracious words which proceeded out of his mouth.
So they wondered at the gracious words proceeded out of his mouth. Go ahead.
And they said, is not this Joseph's son?
Go ahead and read.
And he said unto them,
Look what he said though. Go ahead.
Ye will surely say unto me this
Say,
proverb.
you gonna most definitely say this proverb unto me. What proverb?
Physician.
That's a doctor, remember. The ointment, the balm, you talk about the balm in Gilead, right? That's what doctors do, they anoint the medicine, right? He said, you gonna call me physician. You gonna say physician do what?
Heal thyself.
When they say that to him?
Yeah.
On the cross, right? We'll read it though. Go ahead.
Heal thyself. Whatsoever we have heard done in Capernaum, do also here in thy country.
So he said, y'all don't believe me, but you gonna rest assured you gonna say physician, heal yourself. That's what the doctors do, you're supposed to heal the people. Remember he said, for the hurt of the daughter of my people, I'm hurting. He said, why there ain't no balm in Gilead? Why the people ain't recovered? You know what, I'm gonna come do it. I'm the physician. Right, and you gonna know that. You gonna say to me, physician, heal yourself. Let's go see. Matthew 27. We want to see when they said that. Matthew 27, verse 38. They said Jesus on the cross. They wrote the inscription. Jesus, King of the Jews. Right? Pick it up in verse 38. Go ahead.
Then were there two thieves crucified with him, one on the right hand and another on the left. And they that passed by reviled him, wagging their heads.
They said, look at this, King of the Jews. Right? But remember, they're going to say, physician, heal yourself. I promise you're going to say it. Go ahead.
And say, thou that destroyest the temple and builded it in 3 days, save thyself.
The what?
Save thyself.
Physician, heal yourself. You the doctor. You're supposed to be the physician. Heal yourself now. Go ahead.
If thou be the Son of God.
If thou be the Son of God, go ahead.
Come down from the cross.
What you would do?
Likewise, also the chief priests mocking him with scribes and elders.
These supposed to be the ones with the balm. These supposed to be the physicians.
Yes.
These supposed to be people they come to get that meet in due season, the healing. The religious leaders, right? Go ahead.
42.
They mocking though.
Yep.
You know, with spirits, you ain't got God's spirit. Go ahead.
He saved others. Himself he cannot save.
Look at that. Physician here. They're going to say it probably. Go ahead.
If he be the King of Israel, let him now come down from the cross, and we will believe him. He trusted in God.
What happened?
Let him deliver him now, if he will have him. For he said, I am the Son of God.
Right. And the thieves said the same thing. Right? The thieves also which were crucified with him, they cast the same, they said the same thing. They're going to say physician healer. So they recognize. Go to Luke the 8th chapter. You're going to get witness of him being a physician. Well, you know what we missed? That's when he released the dead. When he was on that cross. When he cried out, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. When he shed his blood. That's when he freed you. So that's when he set the captives free. That's when he did that which was acceptable in the sight of God by releasing your debt. Because you could, as a matter of fact, hold Luke 8, let's go to Psalms 49. Because this is what he told you. Psalms 49. And that's why he wants you to do what's acceptable in his sight. Taking care of the poor, the homeless, and the widow, the stranger. He said, visiting the ones that's in jail, right? Yeah, this is the gospel. Yeah. Verse 4, hearken to the scripture.
I will incline mine ear to a parable.
What you gonna do?
I will open my dark saying upon the heart.
Say he's gonna open his dark saying upon the heart. Alright? So he let you know. Right? What's the harp? That's music, right? That's what you use, a musical instrument. So he said, basically, over a song, he gonna open up a hidden truth. Right? So you're gonna have to catch it. What else you gonna do? 5.
Wherefore should I fear in the days of evil?
You know when the days of evil is, right? Explain to me when the days of evil is. Go ahead.
When the iniquity of my heels shall compass me about.
See, that's when they said, physician, heal thyself. But they was mocking when they said, physician, heal thyself. But he said, you're going to say to me this proverb. That's why we coming back here and we in the song. Hidden truth. But today, he said, when the iniquity, your sin, right? He talking about, what heals is he talking about? The heel of his hand. Because he the doctor. He the physician. He paying the cost. He setting the dead free. He said, why should I fear in that day? When the iniquities of my heel shall compass me about, go ahead.
They that trust in their wealth.
See, that's where we at. The people that trust in their wealth, go ahead.
And boast themselves in the multitude of their riches.
Got plenty of money and brag about it. Go ahead.
None of them can by any means redeem his brother.
Look at that. None of us. No matter how rich you got, you can't redeem your brother. You can't do what?
Nor give to God a ransom for him.
You can't give a guy a payment for his life so that he don't die. Redeem means to buy back. The year of release, remember, release, buy back, pay the debt. That's acceptable. So what the Lord Jesus did is acceptable to the Father. He paid your debt. He set you free. You was a captive. That's why he wants you to understand that you're released. He wants you to understand the paying of the debt. To give it to the poor, to execute their cause, to taking care of fatherless and the widow, and visit the people that's been locked up and bound by Satan. That's what you're supposed to do. To walk the gospel, not talking. Alright? He said you couldn't, none of y'all couldn't give them a payment. Go ahead.
8. For the redemption of their soul is precious.
Look at that. Acceptable unto God. Redemption, he brought it back. He made the payment. He released you from the debt that you owe. You owed him. Once you committed sin, you owe the Father. You're supposed to pay it. Christ released that. He released you from that debt. You was poor. You was needy. You needed somebody to do that for you. You was a stranger from God. Do you understand this? You was not close to him. When you committed sin, you was a stranger, you was poor, you was needy, you was in debt. Right? So when he paid the price, he released your debt. So he expects you to do the same thing. This is the message. You weren't coming to him. They already was wearing fringes. They already was keeping the Sabbath. They already was going to the feast. See, the only reason we got to teach that in this day now is because it's been a falling away. But we're not supposed to stop there. See, we think that's the gospel. That's just a part of being obedient. But the real deal is how you deal with your brother and sister.
Come on. Come on.
How you treat your neighbors.
Yes.
What a love and charity. That's how charity cover a multitude of sin. What you think he was doing on the cross?
Come on. Hallelujah.
He was covering sin.
Yes.
A multitude, everybody else's, not his. Right? And he expect you to take on somebody's charge sometime. Help somebody eat. Give them clothes. Take care of their need. Listen to that. If it put you in a bind a little bit, and then what? He said, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. It's just like you gave it to me. See, that's the part we forget. It's just like you doing it for the Lord. Because you ain't worried about it. All you want to do is come up here, get the word, write your little notes, highlight your little Bible, put the thing on the table to the next side. Ain't no God, we trying to be saved. It's time to move past that stuff. Playtime is over with.
Come on.
You'll do this thing right, we're going to fall short on the judgment. Ain't nothing but hot, fiery indignation waiting on you. We got a prime opportunity to do it right, and we squandering it by bickering and beefing, right? Who keeping the right date on the feet? And what? Well, I already told you the beast was going to change the dates and the times. You making that joke. The whole thing. Missing the point. What verse we at? That's all we do. Strain at a neck. Swallow down a camel. Ridiculous. Go ahead and read.
End of 8. For the redemption, 8 again. For the redemption of their soul is precious, and it ceaseth forever.
So if he didn't do this, look, your soul, you're going to cease or die forever. So you got to have that mentality. If you don't pay this price, they might not eat today. You don't take care of this business, you don't know when the next time they'll get some shoes. Go ahead.
Verse 9. That he should still live forever and not see corruption.
That's what he did, paid the price. So you can live forever. You can have a chance. But your body don't have to stay corrupted when it hits that dirt. Because he wants you to know this right here. Go ahead and get that verse 10.
For he seeth that wise men die.
Wise men die just like who?
Likewise the fool.
And if you didn't pay that price, don't matter if you wise or not. This is how important it is. Everybody gonna die. Everybody committed sin. Everybody was in debt. Unless he would release it, gonna die forever, perish forever. Go ahead.
And the brutish person perish.
And what about the wealthy man?
And leaveth their wealth to others.
Leave their wealth to others. Huh? Luke 8. I know this long. Luke 8. I don't even press no more. Luke 8, 43. I ain't gonna cut that. I was gonna cut it, but I'm not gonna sorry. I'll cut tomorrow.
Nah.
Luke 8. Gotta get back to the gospel. Get to it. We ain't never got to it. I can't use the phrase get back. We gotta get to it. Huh? Now I'm just gonna show you this. I don't want you to know that. They verified that he was the physician. Watch this. Verse 43, 42. I mean 43, it's already 43. It's good. Go ahead.
And a woman having an issue of blood 12 years, which had spent all her living upon physicians.
Remember he said, there ain't no balm in Gilead. He said, why the health of my people ain't healed? So he give you a physical example so you can get a spiritual meaning, a lesson. You can understand. He did it both in the flesh and in the spirit. He said, why? He says, a woman, she done had this issue of blood 12 years. She done spent all her money on physicians. Go ahead.
Neither could be healed of any.
They could none of them heal her. Huh? Go ahead.
Came behind him and touched the border of his garment.
She came behind Jesus and touched the border of his garment. The heel or the fringe, which is a sin. Let them tell it. Go ahead.
And immediately her issue of blood stanch.
Immediately he was healed. Right? If he ain't the physician, how is she gonna be healed? He definitely is a physician. She done tried all them other physicians. It didn't work. She spent all the money. None of them healed. She came behind him, she had faith. She came behind him and just touched the border of his garments, and immediately she was healed. And what happened?
45. And Jesus said, who touched me?
Right?
When all denied, Peter and they that were with him said, Master, the multitude thronged thee and pressed thee.
Like there's so many people that everybody touching you. Go ahead.
And sayest thou who touched me?
You asking who touched me? Go ahead.
And Jesus said, somebody had touched me.
Yeah, like this is a different type of touch, a different feel. Go ahead.
For I perceive that virtue is gone out of me.
See, I perceive some power in her left. Go ahead.
And when the woman saw that she was not healed, she came trembling and falling down before him. She declared unto him before all the people for what cause she had touched him.
She let him know in front of all the people her reason. That's faith. She testified in front of all the people why she touched him. Go ahead.
And how she was healed immediately.
And how she was healed immediately. Go ahead.
And he said unto her,
what?
Daughter, be of good comfort. Thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace.
Your faith that made you touch the physician, your faith that made you whole. He released her. Sometimes one he said one was bound over by Satan 12 years. Bound by Satan. He healed on the Sabbath. They got mad. He had to tell him. This daughter of Abraham has been bound by Satan. Should not I heal her just because it's the Sabbath? Once again, they missing the message. Huh? They think he breaking, look, they having a dispute on it because it's the Sabbath. Huh? It's the law. You feel me? They don't want him to do good. He can't even heal without getting persecuted or accused. Huh? They didn't understand. That's why he said he gonna come and do it. He gonna come and anoint. He gonna come and preach the gospel to the meek. Right? Let's get another message. Go to the 10th chapter of Luke. It's just like it is today. Everything people don't like is a sin. And I got it in here too. I'm not even reading it, just cause. Verse 25. Luke 10, verse 25. Hearken to the scripture.
And behold, a certain lawyer stood up and tempted him, saying, Master, what shall I do to inherit eternal life?
Right, he want to know, but he don't really want to answer to live. It's just like some of us. He just want to tempt the Lord. To tempt the man, see if you know what you're talking about or not. That's a different spirit. You better watch yourself if you got this spirit. Go ahead.
Come on. He said unto him, What is written in the law?
He said, what's written in the law?
Now readest thou.
How you understand it? Go ahead.
And he answering said, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, and with all thy strength and with all thy mind.
Look, this is what he's saying he understand out of the law. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy mind. Go ahead.
And thy neighbor as thyself.
He got the message then, right? This is what the Lord trying to teach him. What happened?
And he said unto him, Thou hast answered right.
Look, he said, you're going to answer correctly. Go ahead.
This do.
This what?
Do.
So I need you to do this. Huh? You understand it. Now do it. This is what the law and the prophet are telling you. Do it. Go ahead.
And thou shalt live.
And you will live. Come on.
But he, willing to justify himself.
Here we go. I love it.
Yes.
Everybody righteous. Go ahead and justify yourself. The master. Go ahead.
Saying unto Jesus, And who is my neighbor?
Go ahead. Tell them all.
And Jesus answered and said, A certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho.
Look, I could tell you plainly.
Yes.
But since you playing games,
right.
Let's see if you understand this.
Come on.
They don't give you no straight answer. You're going to have to dig out the meaning now. Go ahead and read it.
And fell among thieves,
which
stripped him of his raiment, and wounded him and departed, leaving him half dead.
That's right. He left him half dead, wounded him, took his clothes, right? So he wounded, he's naked.
Come on.
He fell among thieves, they robbed him, and he left him half dead. Go ahead and read it.
31. And by chance there came down a certain priest that way.
Look, that's what I'm telling you.
Yes.
When it's convenient, you doing it. But this man came by chance. He wasn't ready for it. That's why the Lord told you, watch, therefore the prayer said, be ready. He told you. Lest you get caught slipping, right? So now the man, he finna get caught slipping. He said, it's a Levite. He said a priest. So he wasn't ready. Watch what I tell you. Go ahead.
And when he saw him, he passed by on the other side.
Look at that. See, when it's convenient, when you know it's coming, you fulfill the gospel. But when you ain't ready for it, that's when you really supposed to fulfill it. When you ain't ready. Because the Lord tell you, the instant in season and out of season. Meaning, for a certain God, ain't no out of season.
Come on.
Same football, off season.
Yes.
Ain't basketball, no spring training.
Come on.
It's all year. Year round. No off days. That's a servant of God. Right? So look, he passed by on the other side. He didn't give him no help. He wasn't ready. If he was ready, he didn't fulfill the gospel. He didn't fulfill the law and the prophet by loving his neighbor as himself. Because it wasn't convenient for him right then. He just so happened to pass by and see this. You know what he's saying? Somebody else will get it. Somebody will do it. It ain't right. But you're going to be judged.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read.
32. And likewise a Levite.
These people are supposed to know better. It's a priest. A Levite, go ahead.
When he was at the place, came and looked on him.
So he saw the man. On top of that, he came and looked. He observed the situation. Go ahead.
And passed by on the other
He
side.
said, be blessed and warm. And
Passed by on the other side.
he didn't give him any help. The man need ointment. He wounded. He need a physician. He needs somebody to love him like they want to be loved themselves. Levi passed on by on the other side. Got nothing for you. God bless you. Go ahead.
33. But a certain Samaritan, as he journeyed,
This is a neighbor. This is what we would consider neighbor. Samaritan, stranger, neighbor, right? Somebody that's not in the state of the Levi and the priest, right? They don't have that type of teaching or understanding, maybe. But yet still know right from wrong. What did Samaritan do?
came where he was.
Yeah,
And when he saw him, he had compassion on him.
that's the key. Circumcise that heart. That's what he told you. His heart circumcised. Love thy neighbor as thyself. He had compassion. That's a feeling of love. Charity. Pity. I can't just leave him here like this. What if I'm the last chance he got? He half dead. I can't rely on nobody else to do when I can do it right now. I can take care of the business. Yeah, it might cost me a little bit. I might be about to do something else with the money, but this is a need. Not of mine. Right? See, that's the thing. When it inconvenience you, it's hard on you. But he had compassion. Go ahead.
34. And went to him and bound up his wounds.
Boy, that's why I said it's in no mom and Gilead. This is Samaritan. This ain't even other Lord's people. He performing a duty that the Lord's people are supposed to be fulfilling. Other places had bombs. Sad. It's sad. It's a joke. Go ahead.
Poured in oil and wine, and set him on his own beast, and brought him to an inn, and took care of him.
Took care of him. He gave him what he needed. He fulfilled. He told him this, you understand, so the understanding wasn't the problem. With the Levite and the priest, he said, you understand that, go and do it. Right? This man, he might not have understood, but even when he did, he understood right and wrong, he understood compassion. So he took care of him. Go ahead.
35. And on the morrow when he departed, he took out 2 pence, and gave them to the host, and said unto him, take care of him. And whatsoever thou spendest more, when I come again, I will repay thee.
Said, whatever it takes, whatever he spends, he said, I got it. You know what? I'll pay the debt. I'll pay the price. Don't worry about it. Charge it to me. I already know they took his money, robbed him. I already know he ain't got nothing. You know what? Don't worry about it. I got you. That's what the Lord looks for. That's fulfilling the gospel right there. That's how you get into the kingdom, he tells you. So you think you're going to scripture your way in that boy. You think you're going to precept your way in that boy. You got to put them precepts to real life. Application. You got to do them. You got to fulfill them, apply. More than about knowledge. Alright? Let's get one more place. Acts the 4th chapter. See how I look. You can read about John about the lady. Luke 13 and 10. I was just saying, Acts 4. Luke 13, that's about the lady here. Acts 4. Ready? I'll tell you what verse it is. Acts 4:32. Acts 4, verse 30. So that Good Samaritan, that's what the Lord is looking for. That's why he slung that parable out like that. That's why he told that rich man, when he came to him and said, well, what can I do to get eternal life? He said, keep the commandments. He was rich, right? Keep the commandments. We all understand that. He said, I did this from my youth. So that's why, in other words, I keep the commandments. Then he took a step forward. He said, okay, you keep the commandments, but if you want to be made perfect, what did he tell him to do?
Sell all that I had.
And give it to who?
Poor.
Somebody that's less fortunate than you. Somebody that really got need. Because you're keeping the commandments. But you need to fulfill the lesson of the law. Love thy neighbor as thyself. You got plenty of good. Somebody, this people out there needs some help. Then he said, you know what else he said? Sell all you, give to the poor. Then what he said? Follow me. Right? Follow me. Harken to the scriptures.
And the multitude of them that believed were of one heart and of one soul. Neither said any of them that out of the things which he possessed was his own.
Right, so this is the congregation, right? They call it the church or the multitude. They started to grow. You know, when after Jesus had died and rose, right? The apostles came and did their thing, and the Spirit, the Holy Ghost was poured out on the day of Pentecost. So this after that. So the church is starting to grow or build. It's starting to get bigger and bigger. Right? And everybody was of one mind, meaning everybody was on the same accord. Right? He said, neither said any of them that are of the things which they possess was their own. So basically, if I got it, you got it. That's how they work. Right? Go ahead.
But they had all things common.
Look, they had all things to get common. Like nobody lacked. Right? Because everybody was taking. See, this is the gospel. They doing it. Right? Nobody had need. If somebody had need, we'll make sure it's taken care of. Right? Go ahead and read.
33. And with great power gave the apostles witness of the resurrection of the Lord Jesus.
So they gave them daily bread spiritually. Now they're getting this physically as well. But nobody was lacking. He said with great power the apostles gave witness about Christ's resurrection. Go ahead.
And great grace was upon them all.
And what happened?
Neither was there any among them that lacked.
Look, he said great grace was among all of them. Neither did any of them lack. Nobody had need. Nobody was suffering. In other words, come on.
For as many as were possessors of lands or houses sold them and brought the price of those things that were sold.
And what they do with it?
And laid it down at the apostles' feet.
And what they do?
And distribution was made unto every man according as he had need.
Look at that. You know what happened? They taking care of each other. Freeing them from the oppression of the system. They ain't relying on the system to take care of our own. We don't do it. Everybody ought to be on one accord. See, this is what the law is supposed to do, prepare you so that you can make it to this point. You can't make it to this point with a multitude of people if y'all all ain't on the same accord. Because you're worried about that one person that might try to take advantage of the situation, that might try to rob the people, so to say. That might mess it up for everybody. See, that's what the gospel do. That's what the rules of the law and stuff do. Prepare you so that you can make it and we can live it out. So we can get to a situation like this so that you can not let the system oppress you. Because it's hard to learn about God when you got to punch 12 hours a day on the plantation. So we all can get on one accord. We can get kind of free from that. But if we all ain't obeying the gospel, there's no way we can even make it to this point. Because everybody is too carnal and they thinking. But this is how it's supposed to look. Go ahead and read.
36. And Joseph, who by the apostles were surnamed Barnabas, which is being interpreted the son of consolation, a Levite, and of the country of Cyprus, having land, sold it, and brought the money and laid it at the apostles' feet.
So everybody can have needs. I mean, everybody's needs can be taken care of. Right? So let's see how it looks when everybody ain't on the same accord. Continue.
Chapter 5, verse 1. But a certain man named Ananias with Sapphira, his wife, sold a possession and kept back part of the price.
That's right.
His wife also being privy to it.
So she knew what was going on. The man had a possession, he sold it. You know, supposed to be taking care of the church. Everybody on one accord, doing it like the Levite just did. Right? Well, his wife knew what happened. So she was, she went along, she consented to it. Go ahead.
And brought a certain part and laid it at the apostles' feet.
So they didn't bring all of it like everybody else. Right, like how we supposed to be everybody on one accord, right? So nobody could lack. Everybody else sold everything. Right, and they distributed the goods as needed. So this one sold his land, he brought part of the money. Right, go ahead. 3.
But Peter said, Ananias, why has Satan filled thine heart to lie to the Holy Ghost?
Look at that. See, your mind ain't right. Your heart ain't circumcised. See, you in this thing, you keeping Shabbats with us. You keeping feast days, you keeping diets. Like the man said, you keeping commandments. But your heart ain't right. See, and you know what he said? Satan doesn't fill your mind with this. But you ain't lying to us. You lying to the Holy Ghost. Go ahead.
And to keep back part of the price of the land.
That's right.
Whilst it remained, was it not thine own?
See, why was it yours? It was yours. You could have did what you wanted to do with it. No big deal. But once you come to the table with the agreement, everybody's supposed to do it the same as everybody else. Go ahead.
And after it was sold, was it not in thine own power?
Yeah, even after you sold, you could have did with it what you wanted to do. No charge. Go ahead.
Why hast thou conceived this thing in thine heart? Thou hast not lied unto men, but unto God.
Go ahead. What's going to happen?
And Ananias, hearing these words, fell down and gave up the ghost. And great fear came on all them that heard these things.
That's right. Quite natural. Because this is a breach. Everybody else was on one accord. This is a breach, and it says, the Lord took care of it, though. Go ahead.
And the young men arose, wound him up, and carried him out, and buried him.
And what happened?
And it was about the space of 3 hours, 3 hours after, when his wife, not knowing what was done, came in. And Peter answered unto her, Tell me, whether ye sold the land for so much?
Yes.
And she said, Yeah, for so much. Then Peter said unto her, How is it that ye have agreed together to tempt the Spirit of the Lord?
Well, man, like you thought you was getting over on us. He said, how you don't agree with your husband to test the Spirit of the Lord? Go ahead.
Behold, the feet of them which have buried thy husband at the door, buried thy husband are at the door, and shall carry thee out.
He said, look, you gonna die just like your husband. The same people that buried him, they finna bury you. Malachi 3, verse 5. And one more spot after this. I want to let you know, we always got the poor with you. So there's always opportunity. Malachi 3, verse 5. Hearken to the scripture.
Thus saith the Lord.
What did he say?
Concerning the prophets that make my people err.
No, Malachi 3.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
3 and 5.
Yep.
And I will come near to you to judgment, and I will be swift witness against the sorcerers.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm gonna come. This is what happened to what was reading in Acts. He came and judged him. He said, I'm gonna be a swift witness. See, that's what Peter Weber was talking. He said, how is it you agree to lie to the Lord? Because the Lord is witness. He said, I'm gonna be a swift witness against the sorcerer.
And against the adulterers.
And
against false swearers.
False swearers.
and against those that oppress the hireling in his wages.
This is why America got to pay. Yeah. It's going to be a swift witness. You don't oppress the hireling of his wages. Go ahead.
The widow and the fatherless.
The widow and the fatherless. Mm-hmm. Poor in need. Go ahead.
And that turn aside the stranger from his right. And fear not me, said the Lord of hosts.
The Lord is watching. He's seeing us getting all his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, blowing his breath, waking us up. He's seeing us squander it. He's seeing we're not really doing the work. We're not proving what the law tells us to do, love our neighbors as ourselves. Last place. He wants to get on our job. Matthew 13. Matthew 13, verse 47. Talking to the scripture.
Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea, and gathered of every kind, which, when it was full, they drew to the shore, and sat down, and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away.
That's what the Lord wants you to know. He said it's like a net, they cast it into the water, and gather up every kind. They kept the good ones, and cast the bad ones out. Go ahead.
So shall it be at the end of the world.
See, that's how it's going to be at the end of the world. Go ahead.
The angels shall come forth.
Yes.
And sever the wicked from among the just.
Yes.
And shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth.
So they're going to be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Same thing what he was telling you in Matthew 25. He come in his glory, he's going to separate the sheep from the goats. The sheep was the ones that he said, you visited me when I was in prison. You gave me my meat. You clothed me when I was naked. Basically, you didn't oppress. You took what you learned out of the law and you applied. He said, but the wicked one, you saw me naked. You didn't do nothing. You never came to visit me. We don't have no need. You wasn't doing the work. His servants is here to do the work. Like you said, blessed be the servant. Let's pick it up where we left out. Matthew 24. Verse 45. 46. 47. Go ahead.
Who then is a faithful and wise servant? Whom his Lord had made ruler over his household.
Yes.
To give them meat in due season.
You got to give them meat in due season. Don't hold back. Don't oppress. Go ahead.
Blessed is that servant.
Blessed is that servant.
Whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
So blessed is that servant. But when the Lord comes, he finds his servant doing. That's why we title it Blessed is the servant. Hope we got some understanding. In Jesus' name, thank you for your time. Amen.